All right, welcome back, guys. So yesterday we talked about the Pythagorean theorem. We used it a lot to find different sides, sides that we didn't know, whether it be a leg or a hypotenuse. Today we're going to use the Pythagorean theorem to see if a triangle is actually a right triangle or not. So unlike last time, you're going to notice there's no little square in the corner of my triangle here. It's because I don't know if this is a right triangle or not. So what we're going to do today is we're going to try and figure out if we have right triangles or not. So yes or no to a right triangle. Now this is going to happen when you're given three sides. You can figure out if it's going to make a right triangle or not. Now you can figure that out by using the Pythagorean theorem. So we're going to use a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And if the Pythagorean theorem works, then we're going to have a right triangle. If it doesn't work, then we don't have a right triangle. Now, our a and b are going to be our two shortest sides. Whatever the longest side is has to be c. So when I look and I have 6, 8, 10, I'm going to look for the biggest number here, which in this case is 10, and I'm going to just label that c. The other two, it doesn't matter how you label them, but one is going to have to be A and the other one is going to have to be B. So I'll just make A 6 and 8B in this case. So now I'm going to plug these in. I'm going to have 6 squared plus 8 squared, and I'm going to see if that's equal to 10 squared. All right, 6 squared is going to give me 36. 8 squared will be 64, and 10 squared is equal to 100. I'm going to add up 36 and 64. I'm going to see that I have 100 equals 100. So notice here, I get 100 equals 100. We obviously know that's true. So because our Pythagorean theorem works, in this particular example, we can say yes, we have a right triangle. I'm going to be lazy and just draw a little triangle instead of actually writing the word here. All right, so let me give you another example here just to clarify. So when you have a triangle, we're going to try to use the Pythagorean theorem. If it works, we have a right triangle. If not, it's not. So here I go. I've got another triangle here. I'm going to see if it's a right triangle or not. I'm going to go ahead and label my longest side with a C. In this case, we're talking about 17. And I'm going to have A and B be my two legs, 8 and 9. So I'm going to write down A squared plus B squared and see if that equals C squared. So in this example, A is 8, B is 9, and 17 is C. 8 squared is 64, 9 squared is 81, and 17 squared is 289. Now if I add these two numbers up and it gives me 289, then this is also going to be a right triangle. If it ends up being anything other than 289, then it's not a right triangle. So I'm going to add up 64 and 81, and I believe I am going to get 145, which is clearly not equal to 289. So because they're not equal, I'm going to write no, not a right triangle. All right. One final example here. Sometimes you'll just see three sides listed out. So they didn't even draw me a triangle here. They're just saying, what if we have side lengths of 10, 24, and 26? Are we going to have a right triangle or not? So again, this is no different than the other three, just there was no picture to start with. So it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. Okay, you can label these. I'm going to take my biggest number and make that c. So in this case, 26 is going to be my c. I'll have 10 be my B, or excuse me, 10 be my A, and 24 be my B. And so I'm just going to throw these numbers in here, substitute those values in. I have 10 squared plus 24 squared, and I'm going to see if it equals 26 squared. 10 squared is going to be 100. 24 squared, I believe we're going to get 576, but let me double check that. Yep, so we're going to get 576. And 26 squared should give me 676. Now I'm going to see if I add these two numbers up. Do I get 676? I do, in fact. So I have 676 equals 676. Because these two are equal, that means again that yes, I have a right triangle. All right, make sure you try some of those practice problems today. Make sure we got this down, and come back again tomorrow for another video on some Pythagorean theorem.